I'm not a real artist, right? Miss Jones, who's behind the 918, I support you, girl.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Steve, about to react to this vid by Moon. It's titled The Horrifying Legacy of Charlie Kirk.
Why the
People
horrifying?
have told me to react to a vid like this a long time ago, around the time he passed. People were saying he was a terrible man, horrible. React to a video that details what he's done and his sins. So I'm finally getting around to it. This vid just dropped. Someone sent me this to watch, so I was like, hey, why not? Because I didn't know anything about him at all. I just saw things people said about him, but I didn't really, know much about what he spoke about. I did see a few clips though that definitely made him come across as a racist for sure. So yeah, I feel like he definitely said a lot of problematic things. And usually when you say racist, problematic things, it's like, well, if the shoe fits, because if you're not racist, you don't say racist things. So there's that. But there are a lot of people claiming, oh, he wasn't that bad. We will see.
Hang on, y'all. I'm back.
Let's watch.
Charlie Kirk's death was a massive global event. Millions were left in horror. Others celebrated it. We even wondered whether this could be the start of another.
Yeah, I don't know who this person is. Charlie. Look at the thumbnail. He did the actual speed. He did the speed little thing over there. And then
the Civil War. Charlie Kirk himself, though, was tragically lost in all the chaos. But when he was asked how he wanted to be remembered, he had this to say:
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important. The most important thing is my faith.
While that's definitely how the people closest to him will think of him, his legacy in the wider world is a completely different story. In the months since his passing, people have used AI to transplant Charlie Kirk's face onto everyone, from Bonnie Blue to Bashar al-Assad. Meanwhile, the song We Are Charlie Kirk has gone viral after being shamelessly mixed with AI videos of his widow performing it. To a desensitized internet, Charlie Kirk was just another joke to add to the pile, a prop for meme compilations and try not to laugh challenges. But it turned out that he was just one of the first people that this will happen to, and it's a sign of where things are going right now in society, as we've already lost the control we used to have.
wait, why would he put somebody else's face on Doctor Strange and Captain America? They don't want to save the world. Nobody else saved the world. What's the other heroes that are there? They did the best they could.
Our faces, our lives, and everything we're remembered for, it's all getting ground up and repackaged, all repurposed for our age algorithms or for whatever purpose any random person can imagine. We could all become intimately familiar with this process very soon, so let's see how it all unfolded. In the week after Charlie Kirk's assassination, political tensions were at the highest point in years. Many feared it could spark a much wider conflict in a harshly divided nation, but pretty quickly it went from it's happening to nothing ever happens. Really, we should have known that this tragedy would get swept under the rug once the next news cycle hit. Spalexmer, an artist on Spotify, was much further ahead of the curve on this one. They've only been releasing music since last year, but despite their short career, they've clearly been working very hard. Their song We Are Charlie Kirk was the last song on the 15th album they released this year. Of course, this kind of output isn't really humanly possible. A vast majority, if not all of their songs, were created using AI. The objective was clearly to throw enough stuff at the wall and see what would stick. And after spamming as much content as humanly possible, they finally got lucky. There are a million so-called artists like them, all creating an endless torrent of AI music. But what sets them apart? Well,
I was only 7 when my cruel stepsister.
Hang on.
Was clearly to throw enough stuff at the wall and see what would stick. And after spamming as much content as humanly possible, they finally got lucky. There are a million so-called artists like them, all creating an endless torrent of AI music. But what sets them apart? Well, it was their aggressive and shameless use of Charlie Kirk's image and the chaos surrounding his passing. Just 8 days after his assassination, they had released their album Charlie Kirk Forever Alive with 11 songs each as hollow and empty as the others. Like all the rest of their albums, it generally flew under the radar at first. That was until a channel called Vivo Tunes used it in an AI-generated video of fake concerts a month later. Their review found on YouTube rather than Spotify, and they've been busy creating hundreds of AI.
Her face like she looks very relaxed, or that she ready to go to this video very boring to her. I have the direct tactic. Y'all, I was zoned out. They're a little boring me, but I react to them anyway because I wanted to react to them. Plus, y'all probably wanted to see me react to the videos that I've been somebody zoned out too. It's like, it's a little boring,
videos. Most of them show fake concerts
Yeah, I
performed
can
and
do it.
attended by various right-wing
Yeah.
political figures. Old comments on this video made
Okay, this is going in a very different direction than I initially thought, but still wild and interesting. I want to see.
before We Are Charlie Kirk went viral show that people earnestly supported them. Many people thought
Because the fact that this is even allowed is crazy. Spotify allows this.
they were real, and we can already see the effectiveness of AI content here. But it doesn't just have to be for people who don't really understand it. When Vivo Tune started incorporating Charlie Kirk into their videos, they gained enough attention to reach people other than the intended audience. The songs and music videos began to serve as backdrops
And I also thought YouTube was like cracking down on content like this, but I guess not.
for the growing amounts of memes and jokes at Charlie Kirk's expense. Of course, people laughing at tragedies is unfortunately normal, and you'd be deluded if you thought it wasn't going to happen. But the amount of Charlie Kirk activity online has been truly unprecedented. Malicious jokes and posts online have only been possible because of these AI tools. You've got the standard remixes, memes, and other human-made content we've seen countless times before. But AI has enabled posts that are far more provocative and attention-grabbing, mixing his face up with some of the most controversial and tragic figures in history, tying him to ridiculous conspiracy theories, or trying to play on people's emotions in any way possible. The result is that dead people can seemingly come back to life. You just have no real control over your legacy or your
So,
image
what's it
anymore
about
because
anyway?
it can be reprocessed and repackaged to do anything. It's
He ain't Captain America or Doctor Strange. What are people doing?
especially true for people who became symbols
crazy.
like Charlie Kirk or even George Floyd. Before his passing, he had no idea how famous he would become. His face and his last moments were symbolic for an entire movement. Across the world, people made murals
And to be clear, I don't feel like, oh, he had this great legacy that should have been protected and this needs to, stop because we need to put out the true, words that he spoke, because I don't feel like he was saying anything too positive based on what I saw, the clips and shit that I've seen. But this is still very bizarre.
an artwork of his face and his last word.
But to be honest, I feel like some people would prefer this now being, flooded instead of some of the hateful things that he said.
What the? Hang on, y'all. I'm back. This happened before a few times back then when my sound go out of nowhere.
Now being, flooded instead of some of the hateful things that he said.
But today,
Because I don't care what anybody says about, well, this was the real him and he did this and did these positive things. I don't fuck what you're talking about. I saw clips of him saying very hateful things and I'm just like, this doesn't seem like a good person. I didn't know the man, and like I said, I didn't keep up with things that he was saying at all, so I'm not going to act like, oh, I knew everything that he contributed, but I know what the fuck I saw, and he was saying very hateful shit, so there's that.
anyone in the public consciousness is now just material for the slot machine. And today you can find George Floyd's face everywhere online. AI has let people merge it with anything and turn it into its own kind of symbol, just like with Charlie Kirk. They never signed up for this, and it's polluting their legacy forever. But as we'll find out, they can use your legacy for a lot more than just making memes. Even your loved ones could soon have their memory of you tainted by AI. Take this new wave of AI startups coming out of China. One called Silicon Intelligence has made AI avatars which can act as your dead relatives. A chatbot AI like ChatGPT
You know what? I can see that being a thing. Because AI, we got AI app with Suno. It helps you make music. So with the avatar,
simulates the personality and what they would say when you ask it a question, all based on the data you feed it. AI simulates the face, its expressions, and its passive movements to recreate a lifelike appearance. They even have AI to simulate your lost relative's voice. Maybe one day they'll engineer a mechanical equivalent for the sensation of human touch. Black Mirror already covered this years ago in their episode Be Right Back, which was released over a decade ago now. Unfortunately, it didn't stop it from happening. As creepy as this is, though, it's the effect it will have on regular people that matters. People who might have moved on or at least learned to deal with their loss in a healthy way are being pulled back. It could be comforting at first, but how long until some people lose their disbelief and form real bonds?
This is weird.
At the end of the day, it will just never be the same. All they have left is the hollow shell, a simulation of who they lost, but never a real resurrection. But we know from experience that this is a terrible combination for some people. We already see people giving all of their money to streamers to try and simulate social contact, or they fall in love with AI girlfriends to try and fill an emotional emotional hole with zeros and ones. This could easily be far worse than any of that, and you can imagine all of the AI companies salivating over the monthly subscriptions. You could sell microtransactions easily, charging people extra for virtual hugs, words of encouragement, and to keep their AI grandma happy. People losing access to the service could reach
AI going too far.
trigger the same emotions as losing the loved one all over again. Meanwhile, all the algorithm would see throughout this process would be the massive amount of user engagement. Using AI to recreate your loved ones is one thing, but using it to impersonate your enemies is also completely possible. OpenAI Sora 2 is the next step in a long line of AI video generation software. While it's still only a few months old, many people quickly saw its potential to make damaging and false videos. This video of Sam Altman
You have
shot
to J. Paul put on makeup.
a GPU is just
Yeah,
one of them.
I did
Made as
see
an
that.
obvious joke by one of the company's own employees, it still shines a harsh light on what's actually possible with this new technology. As anyone, anywhere can make a video of you doing anything they want, from eating spaghetti to petty crimes to the worst
Wow,
things you
we're
can
supposed to
imagine.
eat best
The
spaghetti.
real potential is using it as a tool
Well,
for
we probably
slander
do.
to destroy
Oh my
someone's
God.
public image. Sora 2 is still firmly in the uncanny valley. Sometimes the footage it makes can look real, but you can still notice that the details don't match up if you look closely enough. Sooner or later, though, it'll bridge that gap. It'll become indistinguishable from other videos, especially the kind of low pixel count security
Nano
footage that
banana
often
is
ends up
way
incriminating people.
I said nano banana. Nano banana is better.
People hailing this as the end of video evidence entirely might be going too far. You can imagine people disproving AI videos in courtrooms using specialized techniques and equipment. But in the real world and the court of public opinion, does that even matter? If someone makes an AI video of you stealing candy from children and millions of people saw it, a correction later on might not even matter, as that's going to be the image that so many people will have of you going forward, and it will be incredibly hard to break that. They might even have only seen it for 10 seconds while doom scrolling YouTube Shorts, but
They should make it they should make it mandatory that the watermark is there. How we just saw Sora in the top left corner, so you automatically know it's AI. There should be something that indicates that it's AI. Like there should be no downloading it without that.
once they've seen it, it'll stick in their brain and change their impression of you.
But I've seen it
especially
without
on a
that.
subconscious level.
Mostly everywhere.
I mean, studies have shown that misinformation still has a massive impact on people, even after they found out the truth. If you get a bad impression of someone, it can be really hard to shake that off. Plus, people still clearly get something out of AI videos, and they either don't know or don't care that it isn't real. People clearly act this way towards those Charlie Kirk AI concerts made by Vivo Tunes. Some of these videos got hundreds of thousands or millions of views even before they started getting used ironically. From their comments, you can see that the content was clearly reassuring to them as well. Going from what
No, a
Charlie
lot of
Kirk
those comments was bots, you could tell.
himself said about his own legacy, he might not have minded this part, but you can be sure he wouldn't have liked the other things that happened to his image and his public profile.
Nothing making him icy spicy. I know you.
But you can be sure.
You know what? Listen now. No, you know what? No, move on. Let's move on.
Brain rot, but what? Who is putting this together?
Or he wouldn't have liked the other things that happened to his image and his public profile and legacy. The Charlie Kirk content also fueled those who laughed at the tragedy. AI gave them new tools to repurpose his image and to one-up each other in shock value. They went from face-swapping him with current politicians, public figures, all the way to victims of the worst crimes ever committed. It's the same echo chamber effect we've seen divide the West, but with AI content fueling it, it can happen faster and more violently than ever before. These kinds of jokes for people desensitized to it all. They've seen so much online content that this is the only thing that seems to grab their attention now. Every time they doom scroll into another rage-based short, they're making the problem worse and numb themselves even more day by day.
Got this dude dancing in a kitty outfit with AI, all that. They're trying to get rid of somebody. Jack, you got a little facial hair and you think you're going to be a grown man? Oh, please, get out of here.
Year after year. As we already saw from the act that started the school.
Whenever I see stupid shit like that, I always scroll past it super fast. So I feel like a lot of this doesn't pop up on my algorithm at all. Every now and then, of course, I'll see AI shit. You can't avoid it, but I'm not like constantly flooded with it because I'm like, oh, this is stupid. No, it does
fine,
the
too.
opposite.
You're
It don't
listening,
grab
yeah.
my attention. It makes me be like, oh, get this off my screen. This is dumb.
These echo chambers can attract and radicalize people towards violence. But for the rest
Follow
of us
you,
who are
follow
somewhat
you,
normal,
I don't
it
know.
desensitizes us to the world. Online content has evolved over years to grab as much attention and outrage as possible. People doom scrolling this stuff has made them numb to it. Now, the people who have been affected by this the most are only interested in the most extreme versions of things. They need Bonnie Blue sleeping with 1,000 men, or they need jokes about the biggest tragedies in history, or the most recent victims, or the most extreme political opinion, just to laugh as they scroll past. From all the examples today, we've seen that AI content has the potential.
Wait. Well, on Pinterest yesterday, I seen a thing. It was thing with Diddy on there on Pinterest. It was. I forgot what it was. I think it was some. I forgot what it was. I think it was him as Austin Powers. I forgot what it was. I can't remember, but it was. I'll scroll right past it. Diddy's so popular on Pinterest. No, he's really popular. I don't think you should look up Diddy on Pinterest, but it's just like it's crazy. Hang on. Oh, I'm back.
Be far more attention-grabbing and provocative than real content. The tech companies say
Why
they're
is
against
Drake
it,
on
but
here?
really they just want the profits. And as far as the algorithms
Exactly. That's what I'm
concerned,
saying.
AI content is just a
I thought
future gold mine.
YouTube cracked down on that, so they lied.
Cut down on what? Hang on. I'm back. I don't want to see Drake. I gotta see Drake again.
Provocative than real content. The tech companies
Oh,
say they're
sorry.
against it, but really they just want the profits. And as far as the algorithms
Exactly. That's what I'm
concerned,
saying.
AI content is just a
I thought
future gold mine.
YouTube cracked down on that, so they lied. Yeah, they lied. They ain't do shit.
And AI content is just a future gold mine. It's why the YouTube CEO is pushing forward with it. It hits all the things they're looking for in viral content. Because of the quick pace of production, you can just make tons of it. Never-ending amounts. All those songs Balaxma threw at the wall finally paid off. All those videos they made of those songs gained traction after enough were uploaded. The quality today might still be lacking, but the quantity is what matters. The results will become a decentralized ecosystem made up of millions of chatbots, constantly regurgitating content in different ways. An internet almost devoid of human content, but still constantly evolving to become more and more engaging, leaving you less and less satisfied. And with how desensitized people are already, this can only make things worse. Don't think this is just going to be limited to online content either. Corporations are already laying off their staff, while also extracting as much value from their own copyrighted content as possible. We've seen this years ago with the recreation of dead celebrities to finish movies they were appearing in before their death. Even when it cost millions in CG effects, they pushed this forward. Now that it's cheaper and easier to do, they're going to use this technology if we let them. It's very likely that all celebrities might soon never be allowed to truly die. Their legacy will constantly be used and milked for as long as they're important. Their images and personality will sit in data servers long after they're gone, just waiting for them to be profitable to use again. But the final level of this is the way they can influence people on a global scale with this kind of content. The internet is already a seething mass of different interest groups and organizations all trying to control the narrative. Large corporations and governments with the ability to use AI data centers will prevail pretty soon. They'll be able to mass produce propaganda content, either ruining legacies of others or pushing their own beliefs or muddying the waters from anyone else. It's an almost geological process. Each of these videos is just one drop of water, but with enough of them over time, each having a change to shift someone's opinion slightly, they can carve mountains. Soon enough, people's impressions will be what you want them to be, as long as you can keep controlling the narrative. Meanwhile, anyone can be slandered and shamed by
I
false.
thought this is already like running rampant on Twitter, and people will look at a headline, watch a short clip, and then just believe it, and it'd be like completely.
A lot of people are like that, though.
Communications by using AI to make fake videos of them doing awful things or saying whatever they want them to say. The power to influence people is completely unprecedented, and it explains a lot why there's an AI bubble right now. So next time you see those Charlie Kirk memes and the Kirkification of the internet, remind yourself that you're now living in a post-truth world. So keep your head clear and only believe what your own eyes tell you is real.
Okay, this went in a completely different direction than I thought it was gonna go in. But this just goes to show how weird the world is getting. We living in a Black Mirror episode, bruh. And it's so crazy how accurate they were with a lot of episodes. They got a lot of things right. Like from years and years ago. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't ever see Charlie Kirk memes or like weird shit like this on my timeline. I see random AI vids here and there, but like I said, I always scroll past them. I don't even engage. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, this is seeming like it's going to be a lot more prevalent as time goes on. So y'all watch out there. Y'all let me know what y'all think though, and I'll see you on the next one.
We sure will. We sure will.
Bye.
All right. See y'all later.